Good morning. Thank you for being with us on THV 11, streaming on THV 11 Plus. I'm Karen Fuller.
I am Hayden Balgavy. Happy Tuesday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Tracy Bean is in the house alongside Ashley King to break down your traffic. In case y'all wonder what we talk about during commercial breaks, we're all debating barbecue and what our favorite thing is. And I got to say, today, though, I think I'd eat on a patio and enjoy a little barbecue.
Yeah, it'd be a good day for it. Better than tomorrow. Not that tomorrow's bad. Tomorrow's just going to be a bit more humid and certainly a bit hotter.
It wasn't bad yesterday. It really wasn't. It was all right.
It wasn't. I went out, again, one of those days where I've got stain on my hands, so don't look at them, which is a shame since my job requires my hands, right, to start pointing.
But you have hobbies, too.
Ricky Bobby?
That's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Ricky Bobby?
Yeah, I went out yesterday after work and was helping myself because no one's home, and I'm kind of enjoying that. You know, you get more done when the family's not around. You're not having to worry about people. Looking good, Aiden.
Ricky Bobby?
Yeah, Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what to do with your hands. You work. I go home and I go to sleep.
I just have
I
stain.
give you credit.
I have stain on my hands. That's my whole point of that. So, yeah, don't look. All right, well, let's, Ashley, are you here?
No.
Yeah. We're just not saying anything.
I was waiting on you to shake and bake. Shake and bake.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this day started, and then Ashley can get started on that traffic as well. We are looking at a beautiful sunrise this morning. Another nice start to the day. We are seeing those temperatures right around 69, dropped a degree. We were at 70, but that humidity, it's a little humid out there at 90%, especially when the winds aren't doing anything to help us. It's very stagnant out there. You can see we do have some big differences in those temperatures, 70s to our south, and we are seeing those cooler temperatures to our north. We've got a couple of boundaries to the north and the south that are competing here, but they're leaving us out of it. We're not going to deal with much weather today here in central Arkansas, but you can see those big differences in those dew points where we're going to see a bit more of those showers again. Just not a lot of activity in southern Arkansas, but we could see a few storms in the northern half of the state, and some of those could be a bit strong. I don't anticipate much, but with all that being said, we're still seeing that southerly flow and still going to see those hotter and more humid conditions tomorrow with that high right around 92. And tomorrow, we're going to see those heat index values get back once again into those triple digits.
Sorry, Ashley.
It is early this morning. We're not seeing anything just yet on our roads. It is 6:02, and can you hear me? I can't hear myself, so I feel. Oh, you can? Okay. It sounded kind of weird in my ear, so I was just making sure everything is okay. So this sounds and looks great right now as far as our traffic goes. So let's look at our live traffic map, and it's all green right now. We'll get another check coming up in a few minutes.
New developments this morning as President Trump says the U.S. and Iran have electronically signed an agreement to end the war, with a formal signing ceremony now scheduled for Friday in Switzerland. The president, of course, is attending the G7 summit in France, where U.S. officials say the deal ends the fighting, reopens the Strait of Hormuz, and lifts the U.S. naval blockade on ships heading to Iranian ports. The agreement also sets a 60-day window for talks on Iran's nuclear program and includes a proposed $300 billion rebuilding fund if Iran makes major concessions.
I think a lot of great things are going to happen in the Middle East right now, and very importantly, the oil is plummeting down.
Meantime, questions remain about whether the deal will impact Israel's operations against Hezbollah in Lebanon. While the president is expected to meet with leaders from Qatar and the United Arab Emirates today. Here at home, drivers are feeling a little relief at the pump amid that peace deal announcement. Oil prices falling again Monday, but economists say it could take weeks to catch up to where prices were prior to the war. AAA says Arkansas was near $4 a gallon a month ago, but as of today, the state average sits at $3.67. Experts say more declines could come.
I think right now the outlook is probably as good as it's been, maybe since the conflict started. I would say if you don't need to fill up, you might want to wait because prices could be a little bit lower by the end of the week or next week. But we do need to keep watching the news and see what happens with that deal that's supposed to be signed soon.
After President Trump's announcement, crude oil prices did drop nearly 5%, falling to about $81 a barrel.
Developing right now, California Governor Gavin Newsom is issuing new claims that the Department of Justice is investigating him and his wife. In a social media video, Newsom accused President Trump of a personal vendetta and going after, quote, a political enemy. Newsom says federal agents have tried to speak to his family, friends, and former employees, demanding records, and dug through years of documents. Now, he accused the Justice Department under President Trump of, quote, abusing the grand jury process.
Donald Trump picked the wrong target. We have nothing to hide. His political operatives can take every record and read every page, but they'll be looking in the wrong place. Because if they really want to find corruption, look no further than 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
The California governor did not say what the investigation involves, but a source says it is focused on people connected to him over possible tax-related crimes and stems from a whistleblower report filed last year. Happening now, families caring for children with disabilities say they are still waiting years for critical help, and some say time is running out.
This comes more than a month after THV 11 first reported on Arkansas's decade-long backlog for certain services through a state-funded program.
Now the issue is moving into the political spotlight, with one candidate for governor pushing it on the campaign trail. THV 11's Tanya Motorzitsky brings us the update.
For families like Shiloh, who has Down syndrome and spent months in the hospital for other health issues, her mom, Marisha Rank, says they waited a while for her daughter to get off the CES waiver waitlist to get the help she needed.
There's so much red tape and rules.
I told you in April about 2-year-old Turner, who has an extremely rare disease. To speed up the process of getting him medical equipment, his family says they were given 2 options.
Institutionalize him, and then he would receive the equipment and care, or 2, relinquish our rights.
Turner's family continues to advocate and shed light on the waiver waitlist, which currently has more than 2,000 families on it and can take up to 10 years for families to get help. Families like Shiloh's were able to get off the waitlist after lawmakers approved a large payout towards CES.
I'm thankful I'm off the wait list, but at the same time, I'm like, well, my God, my girl's 7, and, technically we're doing okay right now. I wish I could tag her son in, and let us step out for a minute, or it's just heartbreaking.
As families question where funding is going, the state's Department of Human Services says it helps people in the order they applied and were placed on the list. The waitlist is also grabbing attention from gubernatorial candidates, including Fred Love, saying he helped pass a bill to get 3,000 families off the waitlist and believes it needs to happen again. Governor Sanders' office saying it is looking at ways to address the issue. Meanwhile, candidate Colt Shelby says this needs to be a priority.
It would have been a better call to have a special session, since they missed this the last 6 years, than the tax cut. I mean, we're talking affecting a whole bunch of families. So we could get the money. It looks like we've got $209 million that just come from the Trump account to help rural health. And I feel like we could maneuver that around. A bunch of these children are going to be rural. We also got $44 million in tobacco money payout.
In Little Rock, Tanya Motorzitsky, THV 11 News.
Shelby is running as a libertarian. He drew headlines earlier this year by suing the governor over the dates for a special election in Franklin County and her plans to build a prison there.
Governor Sanders and the Arkansas Economic Development Commission are opening up new funding to help communities and nonprofits do more for people who need it most. Applications for the 2026 Community Assistance Grant Program open July 1st with up to $1.5 million available for qualified projects that can make a local impact. Officials say the program is focused on real needs people are facing every day, like food insecurity, job opportunities, education, and help with housing and emergency services. For more information and how to apply, visit thv11.com. Also this morning, UAMS is launching a new online rural health hub designed to bring together all of its services for patients, providers, and communities across Arkansas. The university says more than 40% of Arkansans live in rural areas where many face barriers like long travel times, provider shortages, and chronic health conditions. The new site centralizes care options, including clinics, virtual visits, mobile units, and education resources, while also expanding support for maternal health and training programs to help grow the next generation of rural healthcare workers.
Coming up on 6:10 this morning, another country is moving to restrict social media access for children. The UK is announcing a nationwide plan to ban social media use for children under 16. Prime Minister Keir Starmer says the proposal goes further than other countries by also blocking so-called harmful features like live streaming and direct messaging with strangers. He's pushing back against critics who say teens will still find ways to get around the rules.
We don't say, oh, look, a teenager managed to get a drink somehow, so let's not bother banning alcohol sales to children. We don't do that, do we? That would be utterly ridiculous.
The proposal targets Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X, while messaging apps like WhatsApp would still be allowed. Australia passed a similar under 16 ban 6 months ago, and if approved, the UK law would take effect next year. Now let's send it back over to meteorologist Tracy Bean and the forecast to help you plan your Tuesday.
Not too bad of a Tuesday. We're going to see plenty of sunshine today, a bit warmer with those highs in the upper 80s, and that heat index today will be feeling a little bit more like the low 90s, so still not too bad. But we do have that southerly flow, and that's going to continue to warm things up as we're heading into your Wednesday. But today we do also have some rain chances, mainly for the northern half of the state, just to 20%. Some of these storms could be a bit strong, and we're mainly looking at winds and smaller hail to be that primary threat, and really just the corner around Bentonville, Fayetteville area. So overall, not expecting much here in Arkansas today, and we will again see those average highs start to get a little bit more. Our average is 89. Well, we're going to top out around the 90s as we're heading into your Wednesday and Thursday, also with some rain pushing into the forecast. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes.